Hello and welcome back to the microlearning course on forecasting and supply planning. In this lesson, we will focus on how to develop supply plans from forecasts. By the end of this lesson, you will understand the key steps to take your forecasts and turn them into actionable supply plans, ensuring the right products are available at the right time. A supply plan is essentially a roadmap. It contains all the necessary information to ensure that the right products arrive in the right quantities at the right time. This ensures smooth operations and avoids stockouts or overstocking, ultimately contributing to an efficient supply chain. Let's say a forecast has been developed estimating that a country will need 1 million tablets of the antibiotic cephalexin for the upcoming year. This means it is expected that health centers will dispense 1 million units of the antibiotic to patients over the year. However, would the system need to buy all 1 million forecasted units? This is where supply planning becomes essential. There might already be some quantities of the antibiotic in stock or en route from the manufacturer. For example, if there are 400,000 units in stock at the central warehouse, then only 600,000 units needs to be purchased. And if 100,000 units are already ordered and en route, then the purchasing need further reduces to 500,000. The supply plan helps determine exactly how much product to order by considering the forecast, stock levels, products on order, and more. Now that you understand why a supply plan is essential, let's learn how to develop one step by step. Creating a supply plan involves 5 key steps. 1. Sort and review the gathered data gathered in the preparation phase. 2. Make assumptions that will guide the planning. 3. Determine how much of each item is needed and estimate the cost. 4. Check if the costs align with the available budget. 5. Create a schedule for ordering and receiving the products. These steps will help organize the inventory at the warehouse and service delivery points effectively. Let's begin with step 1, where we organize and review the data gathered during the preparation phase. This is a crucial step because cataloging the data correctly will determine how smoothly the rest of the planning process goes. First, organize the data into key areas. For inventory, you need to know how much stock is currently available, what's on order, and if minimum or maximum stock levels have been set, including buffer stock. Check storage capacity and account for any potential losses due to expiration or damage. For supplier data, review product prices, package sizes, and delivery lead times, including customs clearance and shipping costs. Next, gather the funding information, understand the sources, amounts, and timelines for funding availability. For procurement, determine which methods are used local or international and how long they take. Lastly, collect in-country distribution data, including time and costs for distributing products. After organizing the data, the next step is to make assumptions based on the reliability of that data. These assumptions will guide the supply planning process. Start by documenting the data sources to ensure transparency. Then, get agreement from the quantification committee, so everyone is aligned. You may need to make various assumptions, such as adding new products to the inventory or phasing out old ones, estimating stock that will expire, estimating delivery times from suppliers, and determining when funding will be available. Finally, set stock levels by deciding on minimum and maximum stock levels for warehouses, considering factors like storage capacity and distribution frequency. Now that assumptions have been built in, it's time to calculate how much of each product you will need and its cost. This is a crucial step to ensure you have enough stock to meet demand that keeps the supply chain running smoothly. In step 3, you will calculate the total product needs. Start by determining how much extra stock is necessary to cover lead times and buffer stock. Also, account for any stock that might expire or get damaged before use. Subtract the stock you already have and any incoming orders from this total. Once you know how much stock is needed, estimate the costs. Include product prices, supplier rates, shipping, insurance, customs fees, and the costs associated with storing and distributing the products in country. Now that the quantities and costs are known, it's time to check if everything fits within the available budget. If the funding falls short, there are strategies that can be used to adjust the supply plan. In Step 4, check whether the calculated quantities and costs fit available budget. If the funding is sufficient, move forward with the plan after obtaining necessary approvals. However, if funding is lower than expected, consider reducing buffer stock, increasing shipment frequency, or finding cheaper but qualified suppliers to cut costs. The goal is to strike a balance that keeps the supply chain running smoothly without going over budget. Finally, after the supply plan is approved, it's time to create a detailed schedule for ordering and receiving supplies. This step ensures that every function of the supply chain is aligned and ready to act. In the final step, you will develop a supply schedule that outlines exactly when to order and receive products. This schedule should take into account procurement lead times, supplier lead times, and in-country distribution timelines. Make sure to include minimum and maximum stock levels to avoid shortages or overstocking. Additionally, decide whether to use a push or pull strategy for distributing products. This will ensure that everyone involved in the supply chain knows what to expect and can plan accordingly. Let's summarize the key steps we covered in this lesson on developing a supply plan. 1. Organize and review data. Ensure you have accurate data on stock, suppliers, funding, procurement, and distribution. 2. Make assumptions. Document data sources and set assumptions for new products, stock levels, delivery times, and funding availability. 3. Calculate product needs and costs. Determine how much stock is needed and estimate all costs, including procurement, shipping, and storage. 4. Check the budget. Make sure the supply plan fits within the available budget. Adjust buffer stock, shipment frequency, or supplier costs if necessary. 5. Create a supply schedule. Develop a detailed schedule for ordering and receiving supplies while balancing stock levels and choosing the right distribution strategy. These steps will help ensure an efficient and effective supply plan that supports the overall forecasting efforts.